Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh my God, that's it. Oh, Christ. But how do you expect to stay with the Indians is when we're always plugged up like this? Isn't that the way they were with Matrix, with their vibration? Does anybody know what happens on Monday? Monday, we are in the replica year. I already told you. We're in the replica year of 9/11. We're 1 year after the leap year that came with the year following, 1999. Only way to get to 1999 is with EIEIO, 999, fine silver. We're coming into a time where we must have to remember to minus Halloween and Valentine's Day. Because when you came in, you married her, you put a baby in her, you turned her into a D, you turned her upside down into a U, and then you did her. So you have little chickens, right? Take off the first 45 days and don't count them from Christmas all the way to love. You should be loving before Jesus, not only stopping at Valentine's Day, but Valentine's Day should actually be October 31st. Why? Because the Mayans say 260 ton. There's something to do with love. 20, 21 is 41, and N is the cross. Ton, that the Mayans say. The letter 20. The U is the 21st. TU is 41. You go from go all the way around the Monopoly board, you end up on the medication. I mean the Mediterranean. MED, sometimes it just says that. The Ritalin, R-I-T, that it starts with. Mediterranean. So we get 41 and we come back to go because we couldn't get the Mediterranean to start off. We stepped one step backwards. Maybe the Mediterranean is somewhere else in this world, and we came in through a passage. And then if we're there, we're dead, not in this world, and we're over there in the medication. But we can't go there. So instead of going to number 41 in Monopoly, we went back to go. Now we can jump over from where we started off in life to start again in life. The medication. The N in TU on N for the Mayans, which is 260 ton, if I got the ones right. I can get it wrong. It can be another word, but this word is definitely there. Is the letter N. It's number 14. In Monopoly, number 14. I'm going to have to look it up right now. Pictures. Okay, it's not there. Oh, I heard it click in my ear. I like when I can hear myself talk. I hear myself talk. Ton. Let me see. Ton. 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 Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. Is this small? I might not even be able to read it. No, I can't read it. It's on a purple place. Purple means royalty. I'll show you. And you can see the two houses here. Let me make this a little smaller. Here, let me just get this out of the way. So you see, it's on the purple over here. And there's two houses, and it's electric company. So is electric how we came into the world? Right? Or was it on waterworks over here? Over here, waterworks. So this is Charles Place, and I always called this the side of the royal family of England. And then there's this one, I don't know what it is in this one. But the two houses are on this one. They're green. It's green light. See, here's the red, right? Corporations. And here's your two little greenhouses. Okay? Don't forget the center of this board is two triangles, a mug and dove. And you see the way it opens up here to let in and out? But there's a point. This comes close. When this point is not here, this will close once it pulls out. And you see the two little eyes here? Here's your Christmas trees holding up all the corners. holding up all the corners. You got your yellow, and you got your orange, but it takes red. So the guy who owns the hotel had to mix with that yellow to get this orange. Now what happens with the orange when the dice are now white and red? So you understand? This is what's happening. Right here is Indiana. NIBIRU, okay? I mean, I went away from the Mayans, right? But NIBIRU, okay, and Indiana, touch. Now look, here's New York, here's Tennessee, here's St. James, here's Indiana, here's Illinois, and here's Kentucky. This is where Rand Paul is. Now you want to take a good look at something? Take a look at this card. Hold on a second, that's not the way I want to show you the card. See the card? I'm going to have to turn the camera until I get the card exactly the way I want it. See the card? It almost looks like the guy, it's like a single eye with his nose and mouth. And he's walking. Where's the card? You see it over here? Looks like a mouth. It looks like a diamond. If you take a good look at it on the side, looks like, hold on a second, looks like a number 10. The two tires look like number 11. Okay? And right over here, that red is Indiana, Illinois, and it's right next to, that's right, B&O, Chicago trains, 911 corner, right there. We're not going to go over towards the other side in green. But where are we? I did a little write-up about something, and there was a picture I wanted to show. I'm not sure where the picture is. Oh, wow, I just found it right here. This picture over here was found on NIBIRU Countdown by a man named Paul Willer who's running it. And if you take a look, okay, 1 is here, 7 is here. GA, piano, and the Queen. You go to this corner, 7 is there. 77, but look, it goes down, up, and down this way. This is not a Magen David. This is what you build from it. Okay? The illusion. Because if you go down from here, you do not go down through here unless, look, there's a corner that's marked 10, 5, 13, and 8, but it stops because of the 3. That's the illusion of the rectangle. In this corner, you have number 13. 1 and 4, 13, AC/DC, DNA. 1 to 13 in the cards is A to M for all man of man. 7, 1, 8. Okay, and this is something that I'm quite sure Mark Rodin has already done, and I'm not there. If you notice, there's 13 down here, and there's 20 this way. 20 times 13, 260. The TUN of ton in the Mayans and 260 are both said on the Sanskrit by those who read the Mayan scriptures. Whether they're real or not, what I am doing with putting this together is real what I'm doing. Whether the totality is just a scientific zero, okay, I mean in reality, maybe it is, but okay, just let's go on. So we have 260. Then if we chop that in half, we have 135. 130. If we chop that again, okay, we have 265s, which is the white 7 and the communication between two sides, which is the wolf. And that's why I see this letter both being more like a northern end going up this way, down this way, and up this way. And I've seen it in a crop circle. I can redo this over one of the crop circles with these numbers. Okay, the other thing is that, forget about 65, but the reverse of 65, or 6 and 5, is 11. 6, 1, and 5, 2. Is 1 and 2, is A and B. It creates the passage. 6 and 5 is a winner in craps. 1 and 2 would be a loser. 7 out. How are you leaving? 7 out. You don't need the 9 birth into the 8 heaven. You're already here. You're already born. So you come in birth with 9 and you leave with 7. 7 and 9. 9 and 1 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. Number 13, 31. 13 in the corners and 13 down on the scriptures over here that was sent to me by NIBIRU Countdown. 260 right in front of me. But at the same time, If you took Halloween, and the reason for Halloween we're not going to get into right now, is Valentine's Day. So let's remove the time of Valentine's Day, which is on the 45th day of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 6, 21. 21. 7 is 28. 28 grams. The moon comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 21. With 7, it equals 28. With 8, it's 36. And with 9, it's 45. So right away you have your birth. Right there, 45, 45th day of the year is Halloween. Because of you. Because you made all the numbers happen. Just add them up. 1 to 9 equals 45. 1 to 9, 19 is the moon communication lights. It's 10, a man, and 9. Then we'll get together. We'll be number 19 or 109. We'll be on the train. We'll be coming on in. But how are we coming in? All you have to do is breathe. And you're in. Once you've left space, hold on, so once you left space, and we're talking about the Halloween. Once you've made space, a thought, a movement, something has left, something has come in. But because you don't see it coming in right here, right now, it started to come in further on. It was coming in somewhere else. And everything kept moving like bubbles until it came right into you. You were thinking, oh, now you know it. Didn't take that long, did it? 45 minus Halloween in the year of creation, which is 92, which because we add the 1 day to February, it becomes 29, then it becomes 92 on February 29th. But then the 1st of April, which is usually the Journée de Poisson, a fish, whatever you call them, the stupid day, April 1st, April Fool's Day, is usually the 91st day. But on a leap year, it becomes the 92nd day. And 92 says yellow. The Christ has come on in. T-U-N, the N is the center of Rubik's Cube, and it crosses you over. It's the 14th position where the 6 bars are. 14 and 6 make 20. In the 20 world we are, because you can't be 20 in Sugar Mountain. Or the song about number 19. 19 is not the same as 20. AC/DC, like I mentioned before, which is 1 and 3, the separation, back to showing you this. There's 13 down and 20 across. 13 and 20 is 33 for the Christ, command and create. AC/DC, 77. 7 and 3 and 7 and 3. I take out 45 days from the 305th day of the year on a leap year is Halloween. You equal to 305 minus the 45 from Halloween. And you're equaling to what? Let me hear it again. That's right. 13 by 20, 260 ton. The same number. The center of his board starts at 10 and ends at 4 because that's the way it is. You're not starting at 5 and going to 5 because you're just turning around. The chicken's not going anywhere. Okay? So you take away that 5 from what it is, and what you actually do, you start at 10 and you go to 4. The 10-4 commands. The 104 we spoke about. War. Why is 104 war? 104 is war because in cards, when you play the game called Bataille, Casino War, you take away the ace from the 1 position and only make it into the position stronger than the king, which is the 14th position, T-U-N. So the 1 position is gone, so there is no spirit. We don't care about the life. We just want a war and win for war. So they take away the 1. So in place of the 1, they put a Y. We start at 2. And they put a 2 after the Y. They go Y2. And then the ace goes after the king, so they put a K. It becomes Y2K. And when you add up 2 all the way to ace 14, which is the center cross of Rubik's Cube, you get 104. Holy mac. So they got that dead center. What a better place than dead center. That the even dead center is they have the line straight across when the actuality of the movement is this. And the movement of this one is this, and then this, and this. They do not move the same way. They're different from each other. This is a cross. We have 3 here. We have 3 here. Stop it here because this is where, you see the way it's encompassed between the 2 corners? You have to take these numbers here all the way to the end and here. Okay? And you have to figure out what its sequence is. Then you take, you see 3, 2, 3, 2, because you can't put it over here, because you can't make it 2, because you made, by separating it, we only separate it by 1 this way, but when you separate 1 here, you end up separating 2 because you're separating the middle. Do you understand? Whatever's in the middle will always have 4 around. So I'm looking at this, and I'm studying this, and I'm studying a couple other things I just brought in, somebody sent me. And I see it says 293. Now, in black, 1, 9, 4, 12, 7. So the corner goes 8, 5, 8, 5. And 8585 is what's happening right now because the Pope is out checking all the clues from Matrix. Because he's got to look into it. It's time to look into the clues, you know what I'm saying? So we'll get back to Halloween and the Mayans, the ton. 104. Okay, if there's 260 days in a year, 5 times 52 weeks, 5 days a week, 260. 13 moons of the 13 up and down on that thing I just showed you is 104 plus 260 is 364. Equals out, doesn't it? You add up the 104 and you add up the 260, okay, from the 304 Halloween, and you have 364 days, 13 moons, just like this thing I'm showing you over here. So what it is like I said, Halloween is the 304th day, but they probably started a little further on. They started at Valentine's Day and they end at Halloween. And this fits in between. Halloween is the first month, the one world, the last entrance of the one world, because it's the 10th month. It doesn't belong to anybody yet. Man really didn't get anything more than a spirit and a 9 birth of life. He only has 10. He has to be 9 and 2, 11, because that'll bring him into this world of 8. Oh, earth? Oh, we're born of the earth and water. But I don't think for high hell or water that really is something called an earth, unless the avatars came in and we pulled it all together, tied it up, flipped it upside down, because, well, if it's cold, won't it, you know, if it gets cold, it goes down, the heat goes up. So it seems like they reversed the oceans. I mean, otherwise, the icicles will be falling from the sky. Maybe that's why we get that funny rain. Anyway, so now we have 260 days between Valentine's Day and October 31st, plus the 104 of the weekend days equals to the same 364 days. What a coincidence. I'm not sure what else there's. Let me see if there's something else I can find on here. Let me see if there's anything else. And Indiana, yeah, the word Indiana and NIBIRU, and hey, who's in the house? NIBIRU, Nairobi shooting, NIBIRU something happened. Put NIBIRU in the news, eh? Yeah, Nairobi. Put NIBIRU in the news. What do you hear? Stab, 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 stab. And just because it's NIBIRU and Nairobi, it makes no difference. So it goes over people's heads when they transfer the information through the vibration. It's all coded. You don't hear a voice going through. Yeah, my voice. My voice must be in every single system in the world. I'm coming out of your speaker. What, have you been holding on to my voice? Holding on to what I have to say? Listening? Having an ear? Getting an earful, or just listening? Being quite content with what I have to say. So I didn't tell you anything about that NIBIRU thing yet, but NIBIRU, Indian, I am. NIBIRU also says I am. It says inside its name, it says Mayan all over it. Win, W-I-N, win in Indiana. D-N-A. DNA, I-I-N-N-I-I. In the streets, R-N-U. In the streets. Also the 7th inning stretch. You know what I'm thinking? Is it still going to happen this baseball season? 7th inning stretch. Who's pitching? And it's got to be near Chicago. Are they in any of the finals or in the series or anything right now? Indiana. The reason I'm saying something like this is because New York, orange, Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, red. Red next to the orange. And guess what? Red is in between yellow, red, and orange. How perfect does it work? Let's put a little yellow into red and see if it comes out orange in New York. But now, if something happens in red, red has to act upon itself. If anything happens in Indiana, Illinois, or Kentucky, it has to happen on the act of their own, because they're red. Yellow starts to change. Yellow into my red blood. I see different, I understand different, I do things different. I tear apart. Whatever is supposed to be true, it doesn't matter. I just want it all to be a little different. I want to constantly try and learn. So we did this little thing on NIBIRU. The other thing is my name, Ronnie, okay? N-N-I-E. You can also mark N-I-N-E. This says gold, the golden egg, it says. The nest, the golden egg, the 9, the golden egg of 9, N-I-N-E, or. So yeah, I think we're going to leave it at that. There must have been something else that we had in Monopoly. We have, yes, like I said, we start on number 41, TUN, okay? And that's Baltic and the Mediterranean, and it's right in between Community Chest, which is C and C. Creation of man's face, starting from go. We backed up one position just like we backed up when we come home on the boardwalk. Boardwalk or lying down in a coffin? Which way? Which way does it go? Was it out in the Pacific? Again, separated with Community Chest. And then, of course, only a question mark. See, New York is not a question mark. What is happening? I want to know what happens between St. James and New York and Tennessee, because there's a Community Chest right there. I mean, here we have Oriental and Connecticut, Vermont. It's a question mark. So we got to study these towns, okay, or these places in the world, and compare them all together to get a, like they did with Webster's Dictionary. Webster's Dictionary says you can make it sound like a C, but it looks like a B. But if it's an R in French, you'll put an A after and make it look like a Y. But if you can't disguise it, just give it its own name. It'll have less than one definition. We'll put it in this group. So Webster came out, and he made man silent. The web, the stirring of the web ways in the time of man, when time came to be no more. Where what we see, we believe is true, but it's not. And eventually, we start to disbelieve in the old system and want to see more. Calling on the matrix. The demand of what the heart wants. Not the money, not the sex, just more of the truth. Only the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and the truth can never be a lie. If you told the truth as a lie, you're telling a lie, and you're not telling the truth, you're telling us a lie. The truth is only the truth and the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what the truth is. When you do not tell the truth, if you did tell the truth, when you tell the truth, you're a truth teller, and you're telling the truth. But if you want to know if you sometimes lie and tell the truth, then who knows whether you're telling the truth or lying. Boy, that weed was good. And I don't have to smoke a lot, and I need to go into the other world. This is another combination thing somebody sent me. Okay, this was the same thing I just showed you before. I ripped out 2 of them, I think. There's this one, which I broke it down. The guy designs a box, but he doesn't add up the numbers. Okay, the first 2 numbers, NIBIRU. 45, Valentine's, NIBIRU and Valentine's, that's what matches right here. And here's your 2016. Everything has to be inside. It's got to be inside 9. It all has to be inside 9. You can't go on 9. You go on 9, you end up with one spirit, ain't you? You're inside the house of 10. You see, the dog pound is 10. It's all the numbers plus the one answer. It sits on its ass. And it's looking up and everybody's looking down, but no one can see what's under. But in this game, we all know, somehow it's going to equal to 7. 7 up, all the time. So we have these numbers here, and this is the one you are working with. You see, I showed you 1, 0, and 4. 13 and 1. Why is it 13 and 1? Because 9 plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 plus 4 is 13. 9 by 4 is 36. 36 is the creation. 3 and 6. Seventh gate, the floodgates. I'm not sure what they are. 7, 8 brings in the 9 birth. In the house 10, see, you get 2 dice equaling to 12, right? But if you keep shooting the same dice, your creation won't happen. Eventually you have to open the door. Just like in craps, 7 out. Well, at least we know where you're going. You're going down. 9 by 9, you got 81. Coming up from Venus with 81, we must make them into 11, 11. 11 times 11 equals 121. Now he's coming into life. But if you shoot 9, I was telling you that if you shoot the same number all the time, 9 times 9 is 81 by 9 is 729. 729 says the gate of entry. That's 3 things, so automatically you can't throw the dice anymore. You're in jail. You're down on this planet. You have no more dice. Your dice is your life. Take it in your hands. The other thing about 99, that's the number of Venus. Number 99 between 7 and 9. Do you remember I told you how it started? 9 by 7 is 36 into the 2 entry house. 9 and 1 is 10. It says J. I have. What do you have? I have life. I got 9 and 1. This is what I have. But who are you that has it? Well, I am 10. I'm whole. I've got 1 and 9. So, since you got 1 in your heart, and your 9 is your birth, 10 and 9 is 19. Lightening, Peyton shirt number 93, Herbert Hoover, Hoover Dan, 3113, 3113, 88, Herbert Hoover, 31st President, Herbert Hoover, 13 later, Barack Obama. B&O, standing next to Indiana, Illinois, and Chicago, can also stand for Bar Obam. Bam Bam Pebbles said, let's go on and make some babies on our own. Freddie Flintstone, the Jetsons, and even Sherlock Holmes is coming on in with the biggest clues. But the biggest clues comes in when you watch the Pink Panther. Because how do you hold the diamond scepter with a golden rod? And you have to be a member of the club to hold one of these clubs. Because these are all the suits that we play with. The suits that we wear. Whether it comes from just our mouth, it's the suit that we proportionate. This is my suit. I speak only of what I think I know. I'm hoping that I will say something that is truthfully. I'm telling you a puzzle, and we're putting it together and find out what we get. We're not looking for the truth. We're looking only for the truth of what's there. So this is why this number is here. When you add them all up, it's 10, 25, which is Jack. This is the hat of Jack. Queen, King, Ace, 1, 2. And that's it, because creation and 11, which is either 6 and 5 or 1 and 2, 11 equals 6 and 5. And over here, you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 6 and 5, 1 and 2 equals 3. 3, let me go, 4, 14, 14, 14, 14. Now you take a dice, you pick up the dice cube, and you take a look at 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides. 14. 14. 14, it's always 14. If 7's on the top, 5's on the top and 2 is on the bottom, making 7, then if you go left, right, you're going to get 7. You go forward and back, you're going to get 7. So you're going to run the dice as 14 and 7 for 21. When you do the dice this way, this is G, and this is N, and this is A, and this is D, and this is 21U. So you can do what you want with it. It usually says GUN for James Bond, 007. 1, 4, and 7 on your telephone. 2 and 3 of creation. 5 and 6 create your day, Saturday and Friday, because the 7th day is really the reconnection of the first day. 14 in craps. The 2 numbers that are closest together is 6 and 8, or 14. They have the same payout, and that's 7 to 6. When you get 5 and 9, E-I-E-I-O, EIN is 28, and the moon comes around, and you count 1 to 7. One more time, and here comes the moon. Add up 1 to 7, it's 28. Then you have 9 and 5, and the odds are 7 to 5. The seventh way into this world of a 9 birth into creation. Number 3 and 7 is a 10 world. 3 and 7 is 10, and 9 is 19. Man on the communication roads of the moons. All numbered, of course, by 57. Right? Man is 19, light 10, 9. 19 times 3 is 57. Fifth position on the octagon. The fifth position on the octagon is the center. The seventh area on the Magen David of 2 triangles, that's in the center. It's the 7th but 8th position. Because there's 2 triangles, so you have to use the second position twice, but you'll only see 1. It's the same as the 7 and the 8 card. I'm trying to figure out where I was now. You were in craps, and you had to pay off the 7 to 5 on the 9 and 5, which is also EI-EIO. It also added up to 28, which is EI and N. E and I adds up to 14, which equals to N, which equals to N, 1 and 4, which is A and D. DNA. So you get number 14 from 7 and 5. 7 times 5. Or why don't I just say it like this way? Next year, Hebrew New Year, 5775. 3 times 19 equals 57. 5 times 5 times 3 equals 75. And if you look on the roulette board, they've just come out with this new board. I don't know if you can see it. See that board there? If you count the numbers here, you count the numbers here, you count the numbers here, it says 5775, and the other one numbers add up to 3 and 3. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. You take 75 and you multiply it. 7 by 5 is 35. 7 plus 5 is 12, equals 47. Then you multiply 47 by 50, because that's when the golden boy came in, Moses. 50 times 47, 2350. About the time of Abraham and Moses. 30 times later, when creation came in of the Christ, especially lied down on the cross, 30 times and 47 later is 1410. 1410, 104, JD, one more time. 30 times, or 80 times 47 is 3760, and the calendars have split. And that's a sure piece. 15, the letter O, goes into 75 5 times. So the calendar splits. And 43 cycles, and 43, the number of the B and O up in office, times 47 equals the year 20 and 21. But A, we don't end when time ends. We end before time ends so we can re-begin before time ends into the new world. B, the year could be right now, in Hebrew, the year can actually be 5781 we're coming into. Why? Because if God took 7 days or 6 days, I don't know how many days he was drinking, but if he took 6 days, and that's 6 years. Why? 3, 6, and 5. 3 times 65 days a year equals 195. 3 vowels, A, I, and E. If you go A, E, and I, E-I-E-I-O, the egg and the 9 birth, 15, and the 9 birth, the 24 hours in the day, 1, 5, and 9. It's not me. It's right here. It's on the telephone. They're all over the place. Hey, they send us any messages today? Yeah. What'd they send us? A letter fell on the floor that was in front of me and I picked it up. It had something on it. I wasn't sure what it was, so after studying it for 45 minutes, I figured it out. It wasn't anything at all. It was just dirt from the road. So if it was dirt from the road, it says, remember the dirt bags that'll be in front of you while you walk. So, again, we didn't finish with the craps. 9 and 5 is 14, and 1, 5, and 9 is E-I-E-I-O. We had 57, which was 3 19s, and in French, they even tell you that. In French, they go like this. They go, I am 10 to 19 in French. They say it, I am the new lightning song in French. Pay 10 man 9 in French. Then they go, I'm 79. I'm 99. 99 Jupiter, Barbara Feldman. Why and where do we get these numbers? In French, 10 to 19 is 19. You're saying it. You say 10 and you say 9. When you get to 79, they take the word 60, which is 60, and they add 19. That's 79. And 79 is this year, 36, when you're the age of 63. Then we go on to 99, and they say 80. But when they say 80, they go 480, 420s. I go, what do you mean 420s? That'll be 420? No, lad, 420 over here. But when they go 89, they go 80, 19. 4 different words. 80, 19. Again, always saying 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. So the French language is just a superior something language for me, ever since I began this, that over any other language and other European also, but not English. I think English is the dirt bag of all dirt bags coming to the end of the road to the English Channel. Now I have to learn about the English Channel. See, it made me say what I said. It may not be a dirt bag, the English language, but it brought me to thinking of the English Channel. So now you know you have 19 3 times, so it's 57. And 25 is because every world of 10, 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. 6, 4, 4, 6. That's what you're going to see, a 6, 4, 4, 6. 1.5 times 4 is 6. I guess it's the same. When you split 6.5, you get 3. 3 and 4, Mars, Earth, my mind, AC, DC. Okay, we're on our way. So now we have 3 different areas in the game of craps that all will have the numbers 14 added up and the odds of 9 to 5, which is the birth. 9 to 5 odds, 9 to 5 numbers, number 14. So what you get is you get 14, 14, 14 equals number 42. N-I-N-E, 42. F-I-D-E, 42. Makes 84 divided by the 7th gate is 12. 6 and 6. We can't go 6 and 6 because no spirit in there. So we got to go 7 and 5. The reason we go 7 and 5, okay, is because the separation in the center shows that there's light. 66 is nothing in the center and it shows there's nothing. These are the centers of the 2 biggest stars, which is the octagon inside the Magen David. 7 and 5. So this dice, which will be us as 7, the spirit of 76 is having the spirit of God, playing with the man of who you are 6, making a 7 walking. But we walk in the heart of the, however this vibration of the earth works, and that's 5, always was 5, is always going to be 5, and that is the center of the universe for each and every individual person. Right. So we did that crap thing, and then craps is other payoffs for certain reasons. And then, so we finished this whole line. It added up to 42. Now 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 plus 4 is 6. 42, 86, 10, 10. That's why 14 is perfect. That's why the moon is offset. I can't explain that. I shouldn't get into it. That's why they're controlling us. They're turning us somehow. 3 different areas of space in one day as we go around what they call the sun might not be the sun at all. Why should a planet or a sun that is millions of miles away get so large and so small within a period of one day? How can the earth move in such a speed and we don't feel it? See in the background? 86. 9 times 8 is 72. 86 looks like 72, and it gives you all the numbers. 24, 42 gives you actually an 86, gives you the day. 24 hours, 2 and 4, 4 and 2. 24 times 74, 1776. 1776 and 6771. Add them up, in which 6 and 1 is 7. 7. Hello? Hello? 7 and 7 is 14. See? 77. 7 and 7 is 14 again. But you throw a 7, you lose the game. Or you throw a 7, you win right away from the start. Because you made it back home. You didn't get the 9. You didn't get the 8. You didn't get the heaven. You didn't get the birth. You got the 7. Okay? Which makes your life. You get paid off in life right away. You threw your own number. 7. 6. You get to go on the board and play. 5, you're on the board and play. 4, you get 2 to 1 because of 6. 2 to 1 on 4 makes 8, makes the 8 heaven you're living in. And then if you get a 3 or 2, well, you only got what creation was, and that's God's number. So you're not allowed to throw God's number, and you lose. You threw the number to stay home in the heavens, 1 and 2, father, mother. That's all. Raphael 7286, I like this video. It was a decent video. This is the color, my friend. And like I said, from the board and from NIBIRU, Indiana, being on a 9/11 corner, and we finished Halloween being the 304th day of the year, but there's more. Because on April Fool's, 91st day of the year, which is 13 times 7, 13 and 7 equal 20. And this board in NIBIRU equals 20 in size. Exactly 13 and 7 is 20. So they all fit together. So it's definitely a numerological world, and it's just like building a house, and probably much easier with a lot more mind work that sets in. But that's okay. We all have to have our day. And I want to thank you all for watching the 45 minutes I had to offer you. And before I offered you any of this, I want to say another thing, that on the 305th or 306th day of the year, don't forget, 304th day balanced Halloween. But the end of this month, okay, I forgot to say for this weekend, on the end of this month, on the 30th, okay, it's a passageway because it's the first birth of the year. On the Monday, it's going to be the first birth of the year. I can't explain it anymore. I don't like it. But I also see the first 5 days of October being unlucky and falling on the first birth of the year. So what is that supposed to mean? Because it's the 273rd day, 13 weeks of 7 days. Again, the same thing about this. 13 and 7 equals to 20. There's so much. There's so much. There's so much. Also, the 120th day of the year is on the 30th of April, in which there's no 121. Because listen to this. 11 times 11 is 121. So if April 30th is on the 120th day, there's missing the one spirit. Now, what happens is 9 is the birth. Right? 9 times 9 is 81. So let's check this out again. A minute and 20 seconds is 80 seconds. Is that correct? A minute and 20 seconds is 80 seconds. 9 times 9 is 81. Well, first they were missing the 1111 at 120 instead of 121. Now they're missing the 1 from 90 to 91. 9 times 9 is 81. It equals to Venus. And as I was saying, the ace in Y2K does not count at the beginning. It counts at the end. But if you remove the ace from the cards, the total count would be only 90. Man's birth with the 0. The 0 is automatically going to be valued at 6, but valued at 6 with a 1 plus a 5, which is the electronic and the spirit, and then you are the envelope in between 2, 3, and 4. Divide any 2, 3, and 4 or 9 addition number together with 9, and you'll always come back to a divisible of 9. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. It's a long one. Oh yeah, I found one more thing. Too many things. Okay, let's leave it out for now. Right?